what I really want to find out is, how should we news?
The documents revealed by the Reagan administration are very serious, Sam. The only thing worse than the Jew is the anti-Semite. And of course, Joe Rogan is like, oh, okay, you believe in the wrong thing? Sure, let's talk about it.
You exposed the CIA. What's that all about?
Well, they did something wrong this one time.
We're a free thinker conversation where everyone has a predictable opinion on things.
Hi, and welcome to Sam Brown University Television, or as I like to call it, SBUTV. The only show on Sam Brown University TV. SBUTV. This is the show where we like to entertain learning and learn to entertain. I'm very excited about our next episode. We are going to go into the topics of news and journalism. And today I have a very good friend here to talk with me about this. He has his special put up by 800-pound gorilla, Path of Most Resistance. You can see him touring around. Ladies and gentlemen, he's been Bernie Sanders. He does all the great impressions. Ladies and gentlemen, James Adomian.
Thanks. It's good to see you, Sam. Hi. It's great to engage with you through the microphones.
It's, after a moment, they cease to be there. We just see past them and through,
more importantly, we hear very crisply what they sound like.
It's not taking anything away. It's where
people get spoiled thinking, oh, it's got to look right. No, it's a podcast. It's got to sound right.
It's got to sound,
Yeah.
The looks, we can AI that up. The sound.
I hope
that's
so.
That's hard to. How's it going, man?
I'm good. Good to see you.
It's good to see you, too.
It's good to be back here on set with you. I feel like some of the warmest memories I have.
Here on the campus of Sam Brown University.
Yeah, congratulations on the accreditation and everything. Yeah. And the first class is going to graduate this year? Or maybe
this year,
Maybe in 5 years or something if there's some
5
problems.
years, depending on how well they test.
Right. Yeah. And you're
there are a bunch of Bert Kreischers,
and you're a real stickler on the grades too.
Oh yeah.
You're a tough professor on that stuff.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. If you're late, it's a demerit.
Yep.
Is that how that demerits work? I don't know. Have you ever gotten a demerit?
I feel like that's an old-fashioned way of saying it's a behavioral grade.
Right, it was like
demerits.
Yeah,
I feel like that's something I've seen in movies about boarding schools.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
demerits, Mr. Brown.
I get Gryffindor. I get like Harry Potter.
Sure.
Like points taken away from Gryffindor. I get demerits. I never knew the demerit system.
It's probably 6 of one, half a dozen of another.
Yeah.
Or if you've lost one, then it's 5 of one. 5/12 of a dozen of another.
So you put out your special this year.
That's right. Well, yeah, it came out the end of last year. That's right.
Yeah.
Path of Most Resistance on 800-pound gorilla.
How was that experience?
It was great. It was a lot of jokes that I got tired of doing at live shows.
So now you can retire them all. You can.
Or that's the goal. You go in going like, I'm retiring all these jokes, and then you put the special out, and you're like, but no, I like it now. I want to keep it now.
Yeah. And then you have to do
my jokey.
You have to say the joke and ask yourself, do you feel special? Does it, what is that Marie Kondo thing? Does it sparkle?
Yes. Does it spark joy?
Does your joke spark joy still?
Yes, so I'm a joke hoarder, therefore. Yeah. One thing that happens is the moment you film a joke, if you do it again at a live show on tour or something, you do it better. You do it twice as good, and you have like new ideas for it and new tags and stuff. That's just the way it is.
Well, I remember
the recorded version is always the second best.
Yeah, in Whitest Kids, we did a live sketch, this slow jerk sketch. Did you ever see that?
Oh yes, I did. I slow jerk to it.
Oh, thank you. That's maybe the highest praise.
Well, I turned the screen all the way off, and it's just the audio of it. I watched porn while the audio was on.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It has like sort of an ASMR quality to it. Yeah.
do that. Dude, that is not cool. You're crossing a line. You never do that.
I remember we were, and I always talk about this, about how like a joke's never really finished, because with that sketch, we wrote that sketch in maybe 2003, 2004.
Yeah.
And then performed it live for years. And then did it on the show in 2007 and became a popular sketch. In 2012, we were touring and we were rehearsing it for the first time. We hadn't done a show in like over a year. And we were in some hotel room in Conway, Arkansas, rehearsing it. And we're just going through the motion. We're like, of course we know this one. And Darren just
that you're rehearsing it in a hotel room.
Just throws in
hey
this
guys,
thing.
Can we rehearse the slow jerk sketch again?
We're rehearsing other stuff.
Sam,
it wasn't weird like that, man. Because no, it just sounds so good.
Your door was unlocked, and I just wondered if we could rehearse the slow jerk sketch again.
Yeah, Trevor's like, not again. But Darren spit on the invisible dick, and it was like the funniest thing. And it was like every time since then that we ever performed that sketch, the spit was like, that's in the joke.
Yeah,
that's as much part of the sketch as anything that had been in it. And it was, you know, like 8 years old by that point.
Live audiences, they see the best versions.
Yeah. So support your local comedy scene.
Yeah, thanks for coming out. Thanks for coming out and supporting live comedy. You know that the show has been really good, by the way, when the host comes out and goes, but thanks for coming out and supporting live comedy. You know that's a sign that it was a funny show that everyone laughed at.
Go away knowing you've really done something here.
Yeah.
So where did you tape your 800 gorilla special?
800-pound gorilla. We taped it in L.A. here at the Elysian Theater.
Oh wow! Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah. And they're based in Nashville, though. So when we edited it, I started getting some notes from them, like, "Hey, what about this? You know, we're ready to do the thing." And I realized, oh right. If I do this by email, if I had done it through email with them in Nashville, me in LA, it would not have been out yet. I would still I'd be like, I'm sorry, I'm behind. Let me get back to you on that. So I flew out there to Nashville and edited it in 2 days with the great editor, Dave Shamban.
Oh, cool. That's fun. Nashville's a cool city.
I liked it. Yeah.
Did you go to Santa's while you were out there?
No. Is that a famous restaurant?
Santa's seems like it would be your spot. It's a bar, like a beer bar, and it's like two motorhomes put together, and it's run by a guy that looks like Santa Claus, and it.
Oh, I thought you said Santos. It's Santa's?
No, Santa's.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys that look like Santa Claus in Tennessee.
Yeah, this one got the nickname, and he was like, yeah, let's go for it. And they do karaoke and let you smoke inside.
Yep, that sounds right. We're grandfathered in.
Yeah. So, and the place had bullet holes all over it because apparently one night the Santa was like, this place needs character. And like when everyone was gone, shot up the joint.
Wow, for aesthetic purposes,
yeah,
not an actual conflict.
No, yeah.
I have never heard of gunfire being used as a decorative method.
You haven't been in Nashville long enough, apparently.
Wow. What a town. They had competitive dart teams everywhere.
Really?
Yeah. I went to a couple spots and they were cool enough. They were really nice. They were like, I'll teach you a few things. You know, they like drafted me to be a dart player. Yeah, and I'm not great at it. But this time I didn't poke any eyes out or anything because I was under the steady watch of a true pro.
Do you think that's a sport on the rise?
Yes.
Competitive dart. It's big in England. Do you see like guys with like their hair dyed like the British flag?
And then you see Robin of Locksley from the back of the room throw a dart through a dart.
Through a dart, yeah.
And they're like, seize him! Bring him to me! Robin Hood.
The bar version of Robin Hood. Yeah. So today we're going to talk. We have a specialist coming on to talk about the news.
Good.
But not specifically the news.
So you keep it a little evergreen?
A little evergreen.
Sure.
What I really want to find out is, and get the bottom of, is like, how should we news?
How should we news?
How should we news? It's such a complicated world.
Right.
You're a big news buff, right?
I used to be. I've tried to read and watch less of it now these days.
And
Not just now because of the Trump administration, but just in the last couple of years since COVID, I guess. I realized, oh, wow, I could be sucked down a rabbit hole of only ever reading news for the rest of my life.
do you think that, like, were you getting to a point where you felt like, oh, this isn't necessarily good for me? Like,
Right. And I still do catch up. I stay up on the news, but I'm faster about it. And I don't have to read everything.
yeah, you don't have to explore things.
And sometimes, I guess I'm better at skimming articles and things.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, the last thing I want is the delayed lead of some article where I like there's the headline. The headline is like First Amendment to be canceled by new administration.
Yeah.
And then you read the story and it's like,
Here's what an amendment is.
John Walker sat down at a local coffee shop, and I'm like, stop this. There was a provocative headline.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look, I love a good delayed lead, but I think of that as like Hunter S. Thompson writing.
So what is your strategy to reading the news? Like, do you?
I never thought about this.
I mean, like, do you have your go-tos, right? Like,
yeah. What am I into nowadays? The Intercept. Boy, oh boy, what else is bookmarked? This is like what's vinyl spinning on your record player question.
yeah.
Huh. Yeah, The Intercept was good, especially post Greenwald. Got even better. There was a time when I would go to the actual WikiLeaks and read the goddamn documents and stuff. Trevor and I shared that back in the day, and now I just don't have time for any of that stuff. The original sources.
Like the originals, like how long is too long with that stuff? Like, it was ever like you go to the original source and you're like,
when you're
there's
young,
no way I'm.
When you're young, when you're in your 20s, I suppose, and your career is disaster, you have lots of time to do things like that.
Yeah. Okay. So your success is getting in the way of you just completely rabbit holing out.
Right. I get a lot of my news from The Onion.
Really?
No. Yes. Spend less time on the LA Times, New York Times, Washington Post than I used to.
I laugh at the Onion thing, and I think I was like, really? Because I think part of me, like, I'm watching John Oliver and going, like,
right.
No,
you can learn some things too, especially if you then follow up to see if it was all a joke or real.
Yeah.
Which I don't, and no one should. I'm just saying, if you wanted to learn what was really happening, you either do that or you act like you did when you're at a party talking to people.
True, yeah.
There's some new on Blue Sky, I found some interesting local news websites, like the Tennessee Holler is one that I like, and some other ones around the country that are just like local news websites that are not controlled by a large media group that are run on donations and things like that. I like that kind of thing. When I was young here in LA, I grew up here. I became a young adult at the time when it was like the heyday of the alternative weekly papers, which I loved and I miss them.
Yeah.
Sometimes if they still exist in some city, I'm like the only one. I'm like the last reader of the Austin Chronicle or the Seattle Stranger,
Not this is like way too casual for a podcast, but have you seen the movie Between the Lines?
No.
You got to see it. You'll love it.
It's a journalism movie.
Jeff Goldblum.
Okay, great.
John Hurd.
John Hurd.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that guy.
Yeah. It's about like a Boston like alt paper closing.
Okay.
It's about like the dying breath of it in the 70s.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That sounds fun.
I just found this out recently. Stevie Van Sant did the music for it.
Is he related to Oh, he is Little Steven, right?
Little Steven. Yeah. Is he related to Little Steven?
Right. Good question. Thank you for rephrasing me. Between the lines, I always listen to his podcast. Or now it's on Sirius XM, but Little Steven's Underground Garage. Between the Lines is an examination of journalism from the bottom up.
But the band Southside Johnny and the Asbury Jukes are in the movie.
Okay. Which
is
Boston?
No, New Jersey.
Oh, in New Jersey, right.
Like it's like a lot of the E Street bands in that.
Ah, right.
So yeah,
they're in the movie as themselves.
Yeah. There's this whole bar scene where they're just playing throughout the whole scene.
Movies about journalism are more interesting than a lot of journalism. Where you pump it up, you make them look a little sexier.
I love movies about journalism.
Sure, and if it's a fictional movie about journalism, great. Then you've got someone hunting down the journalist who knows too much.
But the real ones are good too because they have this like kind of like, like All the President's Men, where it's just like facts, and then like a great scene, and you're like, whoa, like just bowl over by a.
There's not a better fictional character than Deep Throat. Meaning, what like a writer could have come up with that, a guy in a parking lot with a manila folder. I brought you here.
Yeah. Who was Deep Throat? They found out, right?
Yeah, it was the chief of the FBI after Hoover J. Edgar Hoover died. And then it was, I don't know if it was the next immediate guy after Hoover, but it was whoever was the FBI chief during the Watergate scandal.
Did he say how he actually did it? Was it like more like just like
I don't recall
in the hallways, like, hey, here's.
I don't.
He came into their office.
He was alive when it was revealed or not.
Oh yeah, I think that.
I don't remember if he had died or not when Woodward came out with it. Whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe he was alive and he was like, no questions, no photos.
He was like, God damn! You told them. I told you one thing.
That was my one thing I used to be able to say at a bar stool and make people interested in me. Actually, I'm Deep Throat.
Sure, Grandpa.
I wore these glasses to try to look like some kind of source for a
it's great
dark journalism story.
It's great. I love it.
If this was in 1985, it would be a lot like this. It's funny that the internet is just kind of catching up to TV from the 80s.
Yeah.
Except we would all be smoking, and I would be like, "The documents revealed by the Reagan administration are very serious, Sam. There's Soviet defectors that have confirmed the knowledge that we had coming down, of course." Yeah, do you want to jump in there, or do I have to continue bullshitting?
So what do you think of the show so far?
It's fine. It's in a nice little back room. Is this Alexander the Great or King David, the statue you have on the table?
I don't know.
It's always good to have a couple of books you're not going to read. You have a less famous Friedrich Nietzsche book there.
Yeah.
I played Nietzsche on a podcast once. It was done at a live show at UCB. Paul F. Tompkins' Dead Authors podcast. I played Nietzsche, and to pull off the I have the pea coat, the long. That's basically the costume is a pea coat, and then tie something to look like an 1800s tie. But I was like, you've got to pull off a cartoonish mustache.
Yeah.
So I got, not kidding, 3 mustaches that I had. And I put like 1, 2, 3. Like, so it was this huge mop of hair on my face.
Did it work? Did it stay on?
Yeah, it was work. And I was just, every little time. Luckily, I remembered a few Nietzsche phrases, but more than that, I remembered how to make them up.
How do you make them up?
Be bombastic, concisely written, and kind of anti-Semitic, but then walking it back, kind of misogynist, but then walking it back. Yeah, it was. I was making fun of him, so I said some things I don't believe in. I believe this is a real Nietzsche quote that I have always filed away as, "Oh, this guy is an insane person," where he was like, "The only thing worse than the Jew is the anti-Semite," and you're like, "That's." Yeah, it's I can see why the craziest guys are the ones that latch onto you.
Yeah. I wouldn't say the only thing. Yeah.
Right.
Wait, quick question.
Yeah.
Do you have any new impressions?
No, I actually cut it off at the 1890s.
Nietzsche was it.
Or the early 1900s.
Okay.
I forgot. He went insane, and he stopped talking for the last decade of his life.
Really?
Yes, people aren't sure if he had a medical incident or if he was protesting being alive. Most people think that he was just actually throwing a tantrum and refusing to talk to anyone.
Protesting being alive is like the weirdest way to be like, yeah, fuck you. You know, like, I'm protesting to be alive.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm headed there, though. That's the one thing of his beliefs that I'm sure. Give me a silent decade with people stuffing gruel into my face.
But I mean, like, you're like, how many people were around Nietzsche at that point? And they're like, oh, he's
nobody who was fucking him. That's one thing we know. He never quite got laid. He wanted to get laid, but didn't quite. And he was a very prolific writer for an incel.
He's like the prototypical incel.
Yeah, yeah. And we still read him today.
Uh-huh.
We rehabilitate him even and act like he didn't say some nasty things. New impressions, kind of. Okay, so obviously this one's very good to obviously when you have the smartest person alive, it's like LOL, you know, like legalized impressions and comedy, right? You know, I mean, for so long, you know, the woke mind virus has made it like impossible to make comedy. It's like you know, you don't need people laughing. It's like LOL, you know.
What a weirdo, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, what a weirdo.
Like, not to get like too like topical with this, but like he's like this weird like king of the internet trolls kind of guy. Like,
yeah,
like
he thinks that comedy is the internet comment troll stuff, which it isn't.
Yeah,
and then he's probably the least funny person who's ever lived.
Yeah.
But he really wants to be funny. And so he's only ever been booed off stage unless, if you notice at the Tesla events I know how to read. I'm not stupid like everyone who believes him. When they have an audience that literally goes, oh, wow, ooh, yeah. You paid them. I can hear it. That's not a genuine human reaction. Yeah. Laughter is accidental and unplanned. And he has no capacity to get it out of human beings.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, to push back on that a bit, you know, obviously, Joe Rogan said that I was the smartest person alive. And when the dumbest person alive says that you're the smartest person alive, you know, it counts for something. Can you imagine if Joe Rogan called you the smartest person alive? You'd be like, can we not put that on my bio, please? This is one. Now that we're down the rabbit hole, I love my favorite Joe Rogan universe guest is Graham Hancock. Do you know who he is?
No.
He's the guy that is the pseudo. What do you call it? Pseudo archaeologist that has the show Ancient Apocalypse on Netflix.
Okay, I think I know that one.
He's a British journalist, and he believes some things, and he believes like we could dig deeper and find out what topics and truths maybe the legitimate scientists have neglected to understand about our ancient history of Earth. And what I love, and of course Joe Rogan is like, oh, okay, you believe in the wrong thing? Sure, let's talk about it.
Oh, wow. But I never knew the wrong thing was like that.
Whoa, yeah, okay. So you disagree with scientists. I believe that.
Yeah.
I love the show, Ancient Apocalypse. It's very entertaining because you watch the first season and it starts out where he's trying to look reasonable. Where, like I just said, where he's like, archaeologists say that the pyramids are only 8,000 years old, but perhaps they're 100,000 years old, and we're descended from mushrooms that were sentient. And so it's like, maybe we're going to investigate. As the episodes go on, by the end of it, he's so angry because he's been banned from a couple of like national parks and places where they won't let him film and stuff. So in the final episode, he's he's like, archaeologists will be ruined. I will prove them to be false. You who have questioned me will be put in your own tomb, and I will prove the length of time it takes for you to become a fossil.
That's exactly what we need.
I like seeing someone fall apart through like a season of their show.
Yeah. All right. Well, hopefully that doesn't happen to me.
Through
this
podcast. I hope. Yeah. Hopefully we set off a little kernel of character development.
Yeah. Hopefully I learn a lesson at some point. I should bring on our expert. Our guest lecturer today is
sorry. It was a great time to interrupt you. I'm sorry. I was
clearly reading.
I saw that. I was just admiring your clipboard work. You're not one of these fad following, iPhone scrollers. My next guest, you're doing an old fashioned clipboard.
Yeah,
that's legitimate.
I think it was worth the interruption.
Good. It's a stagecraft thing.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, like. You can hold it like an iPhone.
Then what? You're like some headlining comic shitting on an audience at a local show, going like, "What else is here? What else? This text from this guy. I want to read you guys."
Yeah. Why am I on my Instagram right now? That's really why I can't be my phone, because I would just automatically pop open Instagram.
Sure.
And just be like, why did I do that? Like,
and the audio would be on, so you'd be like, my next guest is like, oh.
Yeah, my algorithm.
My next guest. Listen, bitch, donate money now.
Oh, you follow that too? Oh yeah. So my next guest is our guest lecturer today is an award-winning writer, editor, and producer whose greatest claim to fame is exposing CIA wrongdoings.
Whoa!
Please welcome Kai Henderson. Straight from the clipboard here. Kai, you exposed the CIA. What's that all about?
Well, they did something wrong this one time. The movie Zero Dark 30 about catching Osama bin Laden?
Yeah.
Basically, what we showed was that the CIA kind of fed them all this misinformation to make the CIA look good. In a nutshell, to make it look like torturing people helped them get to bin Laden, which is totally untrue.
Okay. They were like, yeah, the thing that we were doing that was like really fucked up. We found out so much from that.
Worth it. Yeah.
Got us everywhere. But it wasn't even that fun.
The filmmakers thought that they were kind of putting one over, I think, on the CIA by being like cool Hollywood people, like talking to them. But really the CIA was kind of putting one over on the filmmakers. It was a little bit of an op and very, very successful.
So when you do that, do you get like pressure from the CIA? Are they trying to stop you from exposing this thing and using their CIA tactics to like figure out what's going on? And you're essentially working against the CIA at that point, right? Like
sort of. We had documents. We had their internal documents basically showing, like, they let the filmmakers into events where top secret information was being discussed. So they had like an internal investigation and that was documented. We got those documents. So they couldn't really say this didn't happen because they themselves had said, oh, this happened.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't have happened. I did get a very, very angry phone call from like the head of CIA PR, essentially. That's the wrong way to put it, but getting screamed at by the CIA. Yeah, sort of. So I was getting screamed at by the CIA, which was a little nerve-wracking, but also kind of a badge of honor.
What do they say to like make you upset? Like, are they like, we're gonna arrest you? Or
no.
They're like,
no, they're cool guys. It's fine, you know. They didn't like a headline.
Like, to intimidate you though. Like, what would they say? Like the PR people, like you say, they yelled at you, or they
just said that we were getting something wrong. They weren't we're going to disappear you if you don't change this headline.
Tread carefully, especially in the district.
So you also wrote for Cosmo.
I did. I was like their boy editor.
How'd that come about?
I wrote for them for several years and went in to talk about a story, and it kind of one thing led to another, and I became, I think, their only or male staff editor for a while. Yeah, it was a weird job, but it was fun.
Was that before or after the CIA?
That was before.
Okay.
So everything,
working your way up, you're like
the way
Cosmo,
I figured out how
then
to
CIA.
the CIA,
Yeah.
I learned at Cosmo. Yeah.
Can you imagine the Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy meeting where they were like, we've been taken down by a reporter for Cosmo magazine.
But God,
One of
did he
these
have good
women,
sex
it's
tips.
the only man they have.
It's the boy editor. So how'd you get into journalism?
I wanted to be a writer, and journalism sounded kind of more like a job than being a writer or creative writing. So I majored in that, and then kind of accidentally moved to New York, and it all worked out.
So you went to school for journalism, and now like the landscape of journalism has changed so much. Do you think that like that's still a path that people should take to get into journalism, is journalism school, or do you think it's people should work more independently and go about it that way?
Well, I'm currently a journalism professor, so absolutely, I think you should go to journalism school. You get really great training in journalism school, and all of our students aren't going to become journalists, but you learn so many great skills, how to talk to people, how to get information, that it's a major, students can use to do a whole bunch of stuff. For a long time, there's the phrase citizen journalism, which was popular. Maybe 10 years ago, it started to become in vogue, but there really is training that you need to be a journalist. And without that, it's tough not to screw up. I mean, even journalists screw up, right?
What are we losing with so much emphasis on citizen journalism?
Truth, verification, doing your own stuff. Like, if you go on TikTok, there's newsfluencers. A lot of my students might get their news from there, and a lot of other people. But often those people are just reading the news from a news source, right? So they can get it wrong in the translation. Plus, they're monetizing this news that they didn't pay to get. These news outlets paid a lot of money. News is super expensive to get this news. They're not getting it monetized. So it just creates this death spiral where people get worse news, and the outlets doing the good news are not getting the money they need to stick around.
I'm curious. It seems like we're sliding into something like a civil war or worse. And what is it weird to you that journalism is on its back foot and suffering so much trying to stay alive when probably the biggest news story of the history of the country is unfolding in front of us?
Well, Donald Trump was awesome for news in his first term. So many people were interested in what he was doing and saying that people started consuming news more, paying more money for it. So people beefed up their staffs. CNN created this whole investigative news team. Like, a lot of people were really into it, and there was a lot of great journalism done. Donald Trump left, kind of all that went away, and now people are you were talking about it, people are so exhausted by Donald Trump and following all the bad news that they're kind of like, I don't want to listen to or read the news right now. So we're not getting that bump that we got 10 years ago.
Great. So it really helps your industry to have a guy ruining the world.
Well, not anymore, unfortunately.
Eventually you get tired of it. Eventually,
Thing. It's a temporary bump.
Yeah. The bubble burst on Trump, I guess. But like, it seems like his strategy is to kind of discredit news sources and to make us not want to read or not believe in him in the first place. So, that's definitely bad for the news, right?
Yes, because he's convinced everyone, fake news, fake news, fake news. Even people who aren't Trump supporters they've heard it for 10 years. They start to believe that you can't trust any news, which definitely isn't true. And then also, he wants to be a dictator, an autocrat, right? And the first thing dictators do when they take power is eliminate a free press, or they take it over and just make it a mouthpiece for them. So Trump knows what he's doing. He like instinctively hates the free press because that's what he wants to be, a dictator.
So how can we fight that as a populace?
Pay money for news. Not a very, which is, I'm being a little glib, but that's one of the best ways.
There is a thing too where like I agree pay money for news, but also I'm always faced with this I think a very kind of modern problem, which is we look at our phones, we see a headline handed to us. Like, oh, that's a headline that seems interesting. We click it, brings us straight to a paywall.
Mm-hmm.
And everything has a paywall attached to it. Now, we can't be expected to pay for every single news source, but how do we do that? Which, I mean, I guess this is a great way to get into or the core of what I want to talk about is how do we news? How does the average person, how should we be consuming our news in a way that's healthy?
I'd say subscribe to, or at least read your local news source. If it's in your city or your town, whatever it is.
So that'd be like the LA Times?
Yeah.
Austin Chronicle, Seattle Stranger.
Whatever it is. I mean, there are more and more places with no local news, which is also a disaster for a lot of reasons. But
they get bought up by the large media corporations and then like gutted and...
Literally. So you think of newspapers, right? They've been around for a long time in these cities. Where are they located? Right downtown, right? So a lot of these places like VC firms or whatever buys them for the property. And then they sell the building right out from under the newspaper, make a bunch of money because it's in this really great place downtown.
Yep.
And then they put the newspaper somewhere else and then make the newspaper pay rent to the VC company. I mean, this stuff happens over and over and over again.
Yeah. If you want to buy a second house and ruin what you're selling, sell it to a venture capitalist firm.
Yep.
I'm not aware of a single example of venture capitalist firm making anything good.
If you work for one, they probably make lots of things.
Right.
Yeah.
They're really good at second houses for investors.
Second,
third, fourth.
Yeah.
I have an interesting question. I noticed something on social media. I think you called it newsfluencers.
Yeah.
I have not seen much reporting on this, but as an axiom, I suppose, I think that they're being funded as a media warfare strategy. Like, for example, sometimes they're on camera and sometimes they're not, where social media is infested with all these For You things on the For You page, where if the algorithm pushes these things. And, for example, sometimes it's somebody, with a microphone like this, some influencer like that. And then sometimes it's like Freedom Source News with an eagle, and then you realize, who are these people and who's funding it? And it's getting funded by someone because it's increasing and people keep doing it. That means there's a career there for someone. And a lot of the influencers too, these right-wing influencers that are like, here's what's really going on, folks. Somebody's paying them, and I wonder if that was if there's any reporting on that as a way of creating a more popular rival than traditional news.
It's totally true that there are people out there who are, Russia famously trades in that sort of disinformation. But if you want to get a microphone and then make stuff up, that's really cheap to do. So you don't even need to be paid that much or to make that much money.
Yeah, but if it's like, if it's some right-wing guy with cigars and expensive whiskey and he has important guests on and stuff, some billionaire's paying for his show. And I haven't seen enough investigation into that, where it's like, we're joined by another free thinker who agrees with everything that I free think on my own. We're a free thinker conversation where everyone has a predictable opinion on things. And we've got expensive sets and very nice cameras, and I have a cigar and a gold watch. Who's paying for all this?
That's a great question and a great point. And you're absolutely right. They're getting money from somewhere or somebody. But hey, Alex Jones made millions of dollars selling brain supplements.
Yeah.
So there are ways if you have a big enough audience too.
I mean, if you look at TikTok, like the whole model is like, hey, if you get views, here's the products you can push. And it's the same kind of vitamin supplement kind of formula. Like they're just setting people up for that. So if you can go like, hey, you know, like, I don't know, news, and make it exciting and get those clicks. It's just that thing of like gaming the system.
Well, that's the next move for Alex Jones, folks, because we've lost a great fortune to the New World Order who came down with false charges against me. So we're going to have to remake my industry, and we're going to do it on TikTok. We're going to do dances, trying to reveal things on TikTok. Tucka, 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 tucka. They're after you, folks.
He's a cool guy.
Have him on next.
Alex Jones. I met him once.
Really?
What was he like?
It was a short car ride. He was driving. He insisted on driving.
Like Uber?
Trevor was there, right?
No, Trevor wasn't there. It was me and Darren and Timmy, I think, or just me and Timmy.
How did Trevor not miss out on that one?
It's weird. It was the day that Miss March came out.
Okay.
So he had stuff on his mind. And we were getting a ride from the IFC publicist from like a news event. And we had to pick him up because he had a press thing. And IFC Films put out this movie, New World Order, which is a good, like non-biased documentary about conspiracy theorists.
So you were a label mate with Alex Jones.
Sort of, yeah. And so we were in this car. He insisted on driving.
I'll drive.
He's like, he floored it getting on the highway. We were in this like rental SUV and goes, I forgot I'm not in my Mustang. And he had a guy with him, I think a French guy, but they were just talking about like numbers as far as how like 9/11 documentaries are selling on Amazon. And then the best part was the publicist for IFC asked him like, hey, so did you see the doc? You know, like, what'd you think? And he goes, I think they used a lens that made me look fat.
Oh, wow. Wow. So he's just like all of us.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's like all of us, but he like thinks that like they had an agenda, all of us with an agenda.
That was a deliberate fisheye lens right there, folks.
Yeah.
That's a classic Illuminati.
That's a big
Partial limited hangout.
Hollywood move. They want to discredit me, make me look fat.
I saw him. I didn't meet him, but I saw him in Austin once across the street protesting. He was standing in a pedicab protesting South by Southwest from across the street of South by Southwest. He had a stupid bullhorn. Yeah. South by Southwest has been taken over. It's an Illuminati infringement on the rights of free Texans.
Guaranteed he like wanted to do something there.
Right.
And they were like, no.
I realized, yeah, of course. Yeah, he I want is there any way I can have a bounce house influencer like meet up?
Can I do a show at Emos?
I'm trying to get a mentor session in the film festival, and no one has ever gotten a mentor session in the film festival at South by Southwest.
Can I South by South? I want to just do Daniel Johnson songs. I'm just doing music at Emos.
Oh, he probably also protests Austin city limits, Moon Tower, anything that happens in the city.
Have you met him?
Yeah, he's one of my good friends.
That's cool.
It's kind of messed up that you guys are saying this about my buddy.
Oh, so you helped start Vice News?
I did.
Wow.
What was that? What was that about? That's my best question, by the way. What was that about? Hey, what's that? Hey, man, what's that about?
It was super exciting. It was a bunch of, I was in my early mid-30s, and I was like an old man there. There's all these like super young people. This was, I started 2013. We launched like right around January of 14.
Did Vice already exist as a fashion magazine or style magazine at that point? Or okay.
It had been around for, like since the 90s,
right?
In a lot of different iterations, but
this is Vice News.
Vice News, right? It was great, and right after, not long after we actually launched that, Russia invaded Ukraine. A lot of people forget that they invaded Ukraine 10 years ago, not a few years ago.
Ukrainians don't.
Correct.
They remember.
Yes, very good point. Yeah. And we sent a guy to Crimea. We just decided, let's send him. And he spent months there doing by far the best reporting about that invasion. He was like captured by the Russians, taken to a basement, interrogated, like the whole deal. But for a bunch of people who kind of just started this news site with a really skeleton staff, we were punching above our weight.
Is that strange that I feel like a lot of where we are is like that is definitely a stepping stone to that newsfluencer kind of thing, is Vice News, and is this sort of scrappy news organization that actually got some like really great stories by doing like oddball stuff, like sending Dennis Rodman to North Korea.
Oh, right.
Yeah. The guy who produced that was the one who started Vice News. He was the first editor-in-chief, was the producer of that spot. I don't think that, I feel like to me, I would think, oh yeah, Vice News is this prestige thing. Really young people now, I think they just want to go straight to news influencer or newsfluencer, right? Plus Vice News, it was scrappy, but I mean, doing that cost so much money, and Vice was doing really well. So we were spending a lot of money, just not necessarily on the number of people we had. I mean, some of those shoots, I mean, they cost a lot of money.
Yeah. Cool.
The same thing happens in comedy too, actually. As time has gone on, there's more people who have no experience doing stand-up or improv or sketch comedy that just do popular videos in their pajamas or whatever, and then they start getting grafted into the comedy scene. Like they get an agent, and the agent's like, all right, comedy festival, you got to book this guy. And so they have to, it's a thing that happens where you're like, oh, okay, I'm on a show with the guy who has never done a show before, but brought the entire audience.
Do you get resentful about that?
Not much. I've seen many people have suffered in much worse ways than anything about comedy politics. So I'm aware of it, and I don't lose much sleep.
I mean, I think at the core of that, it's like, oh, this person is funny. They just probably aren't as comfortable on stage or haven't done the work of figuring out how to be comfortable on stage and honed that part of their craft, but right. At least at some level.
But they're really good at crowd work.
Yeah.
That's the great like wizard power of internet influencer comedian is they know how to do fucking crowd work. That's for sure.
Well, everyone's there to see them, so right. It's a little easier.
I can't wait till the hecklers start having like an influencer presence too, where it's like, yeah, I've been a professional heckler for I made it into a couple of guys' vertical videos on TikTok and everything, and I can teach you how to do it too.
Yeah, you should. My comment got like 1 million likes on where I took down that person, just like the comment on it, just really took him down.
And then I sold to a VC, and I was able to buy my 4th house.
Journalism, I feel like there is a thing of like, there's no one answer of like where we should be turning to, especially now because people are turning to the news they want to hear. And so whether you're liberal or conservative, you have your places you're gonna go. So what is there an answer to like what you should be looking for and to like find the truth?
The mainstream media gets a bad rap, but in general, they're a good place to go to. I think one really important part is to not get all your news from one place. I think if you go to several places, ideally respectable, trustworthy news sources.
Bing bong, bing bong. I agree with you on that strongly. You should be checking in with Le Monde once in a while. They have an English version too. There's no excuse.
Totally.
The Canadian news, there's good stuff up there. And it's also, they've translated it in English.
Is the Bing Bong thing a part of the show now?
Is what?
The Bing Bong thing? We have a Bing Bong
Bing
now?
Bong, Bing. I don't know if this registers. I agree with you. Warning.
Yeah. So
that was a great moment of television right there. That's going to be featured in the Emmy package.
Me
for
going.
This. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
I have some young journalist students who need some practice. They need some interviewing skills honed.
Are you saying I need
yeah.
to
Is this
hone
in
my
Los
skills?
Angeles?
Well, no, you could help them. You're a professor too.
Is this in
thank
Los
you,
Angeles,
thank
your
you, yeah.
professorship?
At Loyola Marymount.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I grew up near there, and I didn't go there, but I listened to KXLU all the time.
Oh, really?
The best radio station in LA, and I have it on all the time at home. And I used to I would ride my bike to the campus and like check my email when I was like out of school, because I looked like I went to school there. So I would, because I was like college age, so I'd be like, oh yeah, it's me again, and I would just check my email and stuff. It's a good campus.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah.
Up on the bluff.
Yeah, so that's where I trust everything you say now.
I would hope so.
That's how news works. You get some weird connection like that, and you're like, oh, okay, this is my guy.
So we're about to play a game. It's called Spin It to Win It. I'm gonna give you guys sides, a left wing spin or a right wing spin, and I'll give you guys a news topic, and then you will have to spin that. So,
Sure.
James, you're gonna be right wing, and we'll start with.
Okay.
There's been a news briefing that in the White House in the Oval Office, and Donald Trump's dick fell off in the room.
Cock falls. Freedom under attack. New Yorkers asking, will it spread?
What about cock of the? I almost had it.
Let me think.
I'm gonna do like a cock of the walk pun.
Right. So his dick fell off in the White
His
House.
dick just fell off.
Right.
I like the cock.
I've got a Trump slumps in masturbation attempt.
I thought you were gonna throw cum dump in there.
Right.
Trump slumps cum dump in masturbation attempt.
Yeah, some kind of clumsy rhyme.
But yeah, all right. So CNN.
Cock sub cock.
Cock cops.
Cock sub cock.
Okay.
They do headlines with cock in it all the time on CNN.
Yeah.
So.
You're definitely right. I've definitely seen that a bunch. Okay. All right. This will be. We'll start with you this time. This is up your alley. The CIA. You'll do Fox News this time. The CIA and the FBI team up.
Just to.
Kind of Voltron kind of situation.
Gotcha.
It says right here, Voltron situation.
Musk saves country billions by getting 2-for-1 deal.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. James?
Yeah.
You are you're left wing.
Oh, okay.
And Washington Post.
Unification of previous intelligence rivals sparks optimism in free market possibilities.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's a headline approved by Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, he would have loved that. Free market.
Now we'll start with James again. We'll snake draft it. So you're going to be right wing this time.
Great.
You're going to be is that ONN?
Oh, yeah, great.
Barron Trump gets cast in the new Wicked.
Woke and broke no more. Trump family redeems Oz universe disaster.
All right, that's gonna be tough. I'm sorry. I'm gonna do Kai and MTV News.
Barron Trump sings ass off, becomes dad's worst nightmare.
Oof, that's a tough one. That's a tough one for me. Elizabeth Warren gets caught pirating movies. And it turns out that the movie was she got caught pirating American Psycho.
Your hard-earned cash isn't the only thing Elizabeth Warren steals.
All right, and James, MSNBC. Yes, thank you.
This hour, we're going to be digging deeper into Elizabeth Warren's recent troubles, where it was revealed that she had pirated a movie. But maybe, since it was a movie about capitalist excess, she was doing us a favor.
Was that Rachel Maddow?
I can't avoid it. I was trying to be nice, but yeah.
Yeah. I liked it. That was great. Look, I'm going to crunch the numbers here, but Kai, you got it. You won. Kai's the winner.
Fourth estate. That was a rigged election right there.
That was great. Thank you so much for helping me do such a half-baked bit that we were coming up with it on the spot.
That would
I feel.
Oh, edit it, like, make it fast?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
So all of this was going to boil down to a 10-minute show, right?
We're going to edit more silence into you guys thinking about the... most of the show is going to be just...
like a Tim and Eric homage.
Yeah. So, what do you think about the future?
Anyone who tells you that they know where news media is going is full of shit. I don't know. It's hard not to be depressed thinking about it. One of the most recent solutions, quote unquote, that I've heard is basically the whole argument just boiled down to someone saying blockchain. And that was how they were going to save media. So that's where we're at.
So you can invest in media.
I don't know.
Or like a crypto scam.
Blockchain, yeah.
And also it like helps
Pyramid
people
scam.
believe it more. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, so we have the subscription model is working great for some people, but not for a lot. We have rich person owns you, which as we saw with LA Times and Washington Post not being able to print their Kamala endorsement doesn't work great. And then we have nonprofits. And there are some really great nonprofits. ProPublica is an amazing investigative journalism outlet, and Texas Monthly also is nonprofit. But they're not. There's no solution. Craigslist ruined everything, man. They took away classified ads.
I thought you were about to say Craigslist is where you should get your news, man.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, I was like, oh. The misconnections.
Yeah. And a dresser is available for $40. Details at 11.
What do you think about the future, James?
In general or with media?
With media.
Okay.
But if you want to go general, sure.
I have an unforgettable dream that said that gave me the year 2031 as a very, very important year. And now, this might not have any scientific or journalistic weight, but in the tradition of Graham Hancock...
I'm going to say it definitely doesn't.
Right. But in the tradition of Graham Hancock, maybe there's something there. I don't believe it. It could just be some dream, but also I'm living my life as if either the world or I will end in a few years. And everything's getting worse. And sure, there can be a bottom to that where people get tired of it. But also, we've diseducated people. I'm been deliberately coining a word. We've diseducated people deliberately so that people think it's normal how bad things are and how dumb things are. And it's not just news, it's everything. AI is very bad when it's used as an output. It's fine if you're asking it questions about what should I do as like a C-3PO sidekick, but in Star Wars, C-3PO isn't like the main guy making the decisions. He's a sidekick. That's what AI is for. But
that would be the worst Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Just CP3O being like, oh.
Yeah.
Like,
Ooh. It turns out that you should drink bleach.
Oh, he's a politician, and
yeah, it's not an AI. It's people need to remember it's not just doing it to itself. It's being operated by very bad people to do bad things. For example, it's really unpopular and it's forced on everyone. You can't go to a website that's not like, hey, we've put this AI tab in a place where you're likely to accidentally click on it and waste 10 seconds. Why are you fighting it? Like you go to Instagram and it tries to force you to click on the AI thing.
I mean, I think there's a part of AI where they're just like part of the agenda is like not so that it is like believable, but so that it's believable enough that we can't believe the stuff that's real.
Yes, there's that. They want to confuse everyone, as Steve Bannon said, flood the zone with shit. And they want to confuse everyone further and have the stupid deep fakes and stuff like that. Also, they want to put a lot of people out of jobs. I believe they want to put people out of work. I think that the billionaires want to make the world worse because they're not one of them deserves the wealth they have, except maybe George Lucas, who's probably going to give it away. He better. I'm available. But the vast majority of the billionaires don't deserve their wealth. They inherited large things, and they've done bad things with the money they had and stuff. And they're not creative. They're not talented. They don't have good minds. So they don't have good ideas They have stupid, like, we've got to force people to... Everything is about force and punishment when you boil down what they're saying. And I believe that not only AI, but among other tools, that they want to use it to destroy entire industries. That's been happening my whole adult life, where it's like the main goal of capitalism is to destroy itself. It's like eating your own body or something. And I think they're going to accelerate it because they don't have any better plans than let's cause a mass extinction event and a few of us survive on a new Noah's Ark. And I don't think that's crazy to say. I don't think I'm making it up. I think that's the actual plan. They have little disagreements about who's gonna, how fast to do it and things like that. I think that's the plan. Yeah, what the arc looks like. Is it gonna be right-wing freedom mobile, or is it gonna be a progressive arc, a woke arc? Some of these almost billionaires are too progressive and they want to save like millions of people. I think we can get away with saving only 100,000 people. I think that's their fucking plan, and it's gonna happen in stages where, for example, they're going to introduce, AI and their other tools are going to be used to destroy entire industries, drivers, fast food workers. They're trying to make AI run fast food and stuff. They're okay with it poisoning large numbers of people. They're just like they're okay with people dying as they destroy Social Security. They're okay with large numbers of casualties. They're okay with the Civil War. They think they're going to win it because they have robot warriors and stuff. And they're going to introduce UBI, but it's going to have a terrible attachment to it, where in order to have UBI, you have to agree to this, and this. You have to become a second-class citizen, and it'll be like a controlled, monitored currency.
Sorry, what's UBI?
Universal Basic Income.
Oh, okay.
I think that they're okay with as many casualties as they cause as they try to create a new feudalism, where a few billionaires share the power between them. And it's kind of like what Moldbug, Curtis Yarvin, talks about, but he uses this like, calm language to describe it. In reality, it involves many people dying and the survivors mostly being forced into some kind of servitude. So I think we're entering a dystopian future. The best thing people can do is I think hopefully they move too fast and people get pissed off and stop using their phones. I really think that's the future if you want to save humanity, is have bars where you're not allowed to bring a phone or a computer, have stores and events, and make it cool to not have the internet with you sometimes or all the time. So and that's doomed. It won't work. There might be some kind of counterculture that does that or whatever, but I think that's the only way to defeat the robots is to stop using them. And you will also have the nice side effect of destroying the wealth of a bunch of evil people.
Yeah.
Because they've all gambled on this civilization ruining technology, in my opinion.
Not to get, I mean, I'm about to say not to get too political, but that's all we've been doing. But I've been doing the thing of like not using Amazon, and I gotta say, like,
it's easy.
It seemed like such a daunting, anxiety-inducing task to not get something off of Amazon. It's really not. Really,
there's other stores.
Yeah.
They have not succeeded yet in putting everything out of business.
Yeah.
They're going to try to do that. They're going to destroy the post office and stuff, and hopefully that makes people so angry that, you know. I remember when I was a kid, everyone walked out in the street in Romania and all these Eastern European countries, and almost non-violently had changes of government. Ceausescu was like the only guy who died in Romania, for example. Some of them happened non-violently. And so, yeah, if everybody goes out in the street and says, we're not going to take this, you win. But in order to say that, you can't plan that because they're listening. You have to, people have to start having meetings without phones. People have to start having social events and family dinners and neighborhood council meetings with no devices around and take paper notes. Because the enemy the internet was taken over by the bad guys. They control it completely. And they have us addicted to it and also like legally almost forced to use it. Talking too much. Can you pump some laughs in there?
What are we going to do about pornography, though? Like, we're not using the internet. Where are we going to get our
retro style?
What?
Rolled up papers underneath a sink somewhere in the pool, in the neighborhood pool. There's like rolled up magazines underneath the sink, like the old days.
Yeah, kids these days are going to be like, "Wait, you guys had magazines? What?"
Yeah, it's weirdos against porn. Well, life is better the less porn you use.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, once in a while, but you know, I should take my own advice. But life is better. Life is better if you use your memory and your own mind. You have everyone who hears this or doesn't. It doesn't matter. We have unbelievably high-powered, evolved minds that are capable of more things than can be done in one lifetime. You have the peak of evolution in your own mind. You don't need the thing. Any art that you would make, even as an amateur, is better than anything a computer can make. Even if you suck, you can never be as bad as AI, in my opinion, which is correct.
So, future of porno.
Bright.
Yeah. Okay.
Bright
all
future.
Right.
Yeah.
Good.
All right.
Diplomatic.
My students might listen to this. I can't
I can't
way
believe
into that.
the kind of hot seat you're under right now.
I like that you're endorsing porno because your students are going to be listening to this. Like, they'll be upset if I'm condemning pornography.
Be high fives all around in the classroom.
Hey, you're listening to KXLU. So one of our professors apparently was like, wait, you heard this, right? Hold on, wait. Let's pull it up.
Right.
We're in slow motion. Bro.
All right. So, let me wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Thank you, Kai. Thank you, James.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was fun.
I think, really what we learned here today is that we should definitely take an interest in news, but also we should be taking care of ourselves. And ultimately, we're all fucked and we are on a sinking ship. Thank you so much. This is Sam Brown University Television. Of course, here on the lovely grounds of Sam Brown University. Remember, what the penguin said in Batman Returns, "Learn, baby, learn." He said, "Burn, baby, burn," but
Sure.
like, because it's the universe.
I don't get it.
Learn, like, I'm trying to, push the whole learning.
And that's the penguin that I think of as canonical. That movie, there's like 4 different plan Bs at the end of that movie where he's like, that didn't work, but guess why I really brought you here was for this secondary. Oh, that didn't work either? Guess what, Batman? I'm not done. He's like pitching ends to the movie in the end of the movie.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Sam Brown University TV here on the campus of Sam Brown University. This has been great so far, and I want to give a big thank you to our producers, Meltem, Saricicek, and Colin, Goheen, and our editor, Andrew Michel. Also, big shout out to Jonah Ray for the theme song, SAM Bro WN. And if you have money for tickets to prom, you can buy them in the quad at lunchtime. Thank you.
I don't know if this is like for the Patreon or something. I don't know, but the thing that always really like kind of lost it for me for that movie. I really liked that. I saw it in theaters and everything, but there's that moment where Batman takes a CD and scratches it like it's a record. That's not how it works, man.
Right.
That's not how it works.
That's a script that was updated quickly. Yeah. They wrote it in the 80s where you might scratch a record and they were like, but it's coming out too late. Oh, yeah, make it a CD.
He was Batman in the Batsuit and like scratching a CD.
It was a DVD actually. I think because it was the video of the penguin saying like, "I hate this city."
Was it a laser disc?
But like, he had a little fun with it, and he made it like kind of right. Am I wrong? Yeah.
No, it's a CD, and he's playing it.
I feel like I should make a cut of that and just cut that one moment out of it. Better movie. That's why Tim Burton didn't make another one of those.
That's why.
So there's a director's cut, and then there's like a super fan dork cut.
Yeah.
With just that one scene.
Just that one
Actually,
scene. Yeah. It's like 3 seconds shorter than the original version. And people are like, it's good. Something works. Something just works with this. Is it still going?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Sam, I can make an offer here. I represent a right-wing billionaire venture capital fund, and we think that the set has legs. If we might pay you enough for maybe not a 4th house, but like a nicer car, and we're gonna buy it and then sell it for parts, and then turn this into a right-wing influence show that's heavily funded.
Here's the thing. If anyone made any offer, I would sell so quickly. Your
algorithm has told us that.
Like,
that's why we're making the offer.
It's so easy for me to be like, yeah, we should have standards with stuff. But if anyone gave me any amount of money, sorry. Right? Like, you ever feel that way?
So now, ladies and gentlemen, Sam Brown University with your host, Alex Jones.
Hey, Alex.
They took InfoWars from me. I took this from a woke monster.
Thanks for coming on the show again, Alex.
You will submit.
Remember when we had that car ride back in...
I remember it. I'm still settling scores from those days.
You were upset about the lens.
I have some documents here that were provided me by a figure in a parking lot in a manila folder. That means it's true, folks.
Thank you so much for coming out to Sam Brown University. If it learns, it burns. See y'all next week.
Cutting.